Vaginal yeast infection, also known as vaginal candidiasis, is the overgrowth of an already existing fungus that naturally lives in our body called Candida albicans. Okay guys, welcome to part 2 of 2 videos that I have been talking about menstrual cramp and vaginal infection. If you haven't seen part 1, then you must see part 1, because part 1 is all about how to eliminate menstrual cramp, like eliminated every month without feeling any form of pain. So if you haven't seen part 1, then definitely go check it out. In part 2, we will be talking about vaginal infection, vaginal yeast infection in particular, because I suffered from this, and for a very long time I was battling with it, I was struggling with it, until I did my thorough research of what this is all about and how it could be updated at home using things that you can find around, so first of all, I just explained what vaginal yeast infection is. Okay, we already have a fungus that naturally lives in us. The body, everything that happens in the body comes together to create a balance. Okay, so in our body we have some bacteria that are naturally living there, to help the body balance. So these bacteria are not bad at all. They only become bad and when we have an overgrowth of something, or when we have an irritation or a reaction that reacts them to act bad. So that is the same way we have a fungus that is naturally living in our body, that is naturally existing. Okay, we were created that way, but it begins to cause vaginal yeast infection when there is an overgrowth. Okay, when something has made it overgrow, something has made it to react, something has actually stirred it up. So I'm going to be telling you a bit of my story, how it all happened and how I sought out for different cure and how I finally got rid of it. Okay, so what are some of the symptoms of vaginal yeast infection? The overgrowth of the fungus triggers things like itching, discharge of like a cheese color, and smell, very bad smell around the vaginal area, and pain. This is one of the things that could actually add to why you're having menstrual cramp or unnecessary pain around your abdomen. And the discharge comes with a smell like that of an egg or fish, which is not good, guys. It's not good at all. Your vagina doesn't smell like flowers or smell like pretty things, but it is not supposed to have a really, really bad smell. Okay, it isn't supposed to have a bad smell at all. So if you're noticing that you have a discharge and the discharge comes with a smell like an egg or fish, then you may want to sit back, relax, and listen to everything I have to say, because girl, you've got vaginal yeast infection. So it's not a bad thing at all. At one point in time, women suffer from this because we are not educated about the overgrowth of the fungus in our body, and then we do so many things without knowing what their effects could be, and these things pile up together to affect our body. So it is nothing to be ashamed of or nothing to be sad about, because there is a cure, and it's gonna help you to also teach someone, or be careful so you do not re-get vaginal yeast infection. So I had vaginal infection for quite a long time, but I didn't know it was vaginal yeast infection until I started noticing the discharge, and the pain was really, really severe. It was unbearable. I couldn't, tolerate it anymore. So I decided to start my research, but before then, I decided to visit the laboratory. I visited the hospital, and then I was directed to the laboratory to carry out a scan, okay, on my lower abdomen, so I could be able to know, or they could be able to detect properly what the problem was. Okay, so of course I went to the laboratory to carry out the scan, and then the result came out and they told me I had PID. Okay, if you haven't heard of PID means pelvic inflammatory disease. So we're not going to be talking about that in this video. We're going to be doing, talking about that in another video. But that was what they said I had, and that was the cause of the whole discharge and all that. But guys, this is where it gets twisted. Okay, so when the lab tests or the lab activity was going on, I was told I had a lot of fluid gathered in my lower abdomen, and I had no idea what that was. I mean, I don't know what they mean by fluid gathered up in my lower abdomen. It was new to me, so I said, okay. I took the test result and I took it back to the hospital, and they prescribed drugs for me, like a whole lot of drugs, more than 4. Okay, so they referred me to the pharmacy to get those drugs. I remember Flagyl being one of the drugs. Yeah, Flagyl 400 grams. I remember an insert being part of the drugs, and some other drugs, and they were quite expensive. Okay, they were quite expensive. All the drugs put together were quite expensive for drugs. I mean, and I was so, I was so terrified. I was like, oh, why is this so expensive? So I followed their advice, and I took the drugs. Of course, I took the drugs. I took the medications according to how I was prescribed to take it by the doctor. And guys, nothing happened. Like, seriously, nothing happened. Okay, I went back to the hospital a few months later to do a scan again to see if probably, because I still had the discharge, I still had the itching, that stuff. It was so unbearable. So I had to go back to check to know if the fluid or whatsoever was still there or the drugs didn't work. So I went back to the hospital, and the doctor kept rolling the machine around my lower abdomen, kept rolling and rolling. I was just staring, kept rolling, and after a while he said, well, the fluid is actually little. A lot of the fluid have passed out, and you just have some little there, but actually it's not a problem. As far as we are concerned, you do not have pelvic inflammatory disease anymore. Oh, I said, okay. I went back. The itching still continued, the discharge still continued, every other thing continued as per usual. So it was just unbearable for me. I decided to sit down by myself to do research. Okay, and I discovered it was yeast infection. Pelvic inflammatory disease wasn't it. Okay, it was yeast infection, vaginal candidiasis. Yes, that was what it is. And Flagyl has no power against vaginal yeast infection, guys. So if you're taking Flagyl, or you've been prescribed to take Flagyl, I think you may just be wasting your time, because it will seem like it's working. After some time, you're going to see the discharge and every other symptoms as per normal, as per like nothing happened, as per like the Flagyl didn't work. Yes, that is what it is. It just didn't work. Okay, so that's just a brief history of how it happened to me, and I'm here today to tell you guys some things that I did, that got rid of my vaginal yeast infection, and I believe it's going to work for you too. Okay guys, so what are some of the things that I did and some of the things that I took that got rid of my vaginal candidiasis? Now, the first thing I did was engage in using apple cider vinegar. Okay, so I always use apple cider vinegar. This is the one that I use. This is the one I could get around my vicinity, and this is from Unilever. It's very good. Yeah, it works a lot for me. So I take an apple cider vinegar bath often. Even after I noticed that the vaginal yeast infection was gone, I take a bath. What do I do? I simply get warm water and half cup of apple cider vinegar, and I take a bath with it. Or I simply get into my bathtub, put in about half cup of apple cider vinegar, and then I soak myself in there often. So I soak myself for around 20 minutes about 3 to 4 times in a week, and this helped me to get rid of my vaginal infection. I still do that. Afterwards I noticed that it was gone, but I don't do it as much as I was doing it before. Right now I only do it like 2 times or once in a week, just to keep, you know, my pH balance. And also I drink apple cider vinegar every single day. I mix it with lemon, I mix it with lime, I take it alone. I just mix in 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar into a cup of water with lemon or lime, and I drink it every single day. I do not miss it, every day, and I have seen the change. It helps my pH balance to be stable all throughout the day. It keeps me hydrated. I do not have any reason to be bloated. And then apple cider vinegar just helps to take away any unwanted smell around your body, so you can use it to, you can also use it to wash down there. Oftentimes, especially after your period, you can you know, have an apple cider vinegar bath or soak yourself in it, so to eliminate any form of smell, you know, that may still be remaining after your period. It's going to really help you. So apple cider vinegar was one of the things I was taking, and I'm still taking, that helped me eliminate vaginal yeast infection. Now, another thing I was doing was taking a lot of garlic. Yeah, I know you guys will say, oh, garlic stinks, garlic smells, but yeah, you want to take garlic in the nights. Okay, so if you know, when you're speaking to people during the daytime, your mouth is just going to be oozing garlic, and you do not want people to think like, man, your mouth is disgusting, or you've got mouth odor. That's totally fine. You can use garlic in the night. You can use it in your food. It's very important you use fresh garlic in your food, whatever it is you're cooking. You can just use garlic. Make sure you grind it very well, so you know it's not visible, depending on how you like it. Actually, I tend to grind mine very well, but I know I stuff garlic in my food just to help me get rid of vaginal yeast infection. And sometimes I also insert it in there, like when I'm about to sleep. I just get a big garlic and a needle, a sterilized needle, please, not just any kind of needle, a sterilized needle and thread, which I may, if you want to sterilize it, you could simply just boil it in hot water for a period of 20 seconds or 30 seconds, and then you want to insert that needle through the garlic, and then make sure the thread is hanging on it. Remove the needle, you know, and keep it on one side. Then just spread your legs gently and insert the garlic with the thread. The reason you're putting the thread into it is because when you want to take it out the next morning, you simply just take the thread out gently, and the garlic is going to come off. And so I was doing this for some time too, every night before going to bed, and this helped me eliminate vaginal candidiasis completely, guys. This is no joke. It works very well. Now, another thing I was doing that I wasn't doing before, I started investing more in cotton underwears. Okay, so one of the reasons why you may be having vaginal infection is because, and then that really fishy smell, is because air isn't actually passing through. Yes, air isn't passing through. You wear stuffed underwears, and you wear stuffed pants, and it doesn't allow air to pass through. And once that is happening, it is not good at all for you ladies. So please invest in cotton underwears. And at nights, okay, because you have your room and you're alone, or you could probably with your sister or friend, you could sleep without underwears, so you allow a lot of air into your body. It is very important. Okay, so also you want to have a lot of fruits. Okay, you want to invest in a lot of fruits. Vitamin C is also one thing that is very good for eliminating vaginal yeast infection. No joke, guys. It helps your body, you know, to be hydrated, to balance, and then it takes out every unwanted things that your body might have, and vaginal yeast infection is one of them. All right, so another thing you want to use is yogurt. Okay, yogurt, Greek yogurt, like plain yogurt. Okay, plain yogurt is also very good for eliminating vaginal infection. You can just pour in some yogurt into a bowl and then soak yourself into it. Make sure your down area is soaked into it for like 20 minutes, and then if you do this virtually every day, vaginal infection is going to run out of your body like it's being chased. Yeah. So guys, these are some of the things that I have done and I'm still doing to keep my body balanced. Okay, I forgot to mention that when washing your vaginal area, please do not use soaps, especially soap with scents. I was doing this way back in a long time, and I believe that is one of the things that allowed me to contact or to have vaginal yeast infection. I'm very sure, because I was using my body soaps, like the soap I use for my skin, my face. I was using it down there and I didn't know. I just thought it was normal to wash. But you do not want to do that, because it is one of the reasons why you're having vaginal yeast infection. It is totally wrong. If you must use soaps down there, use soap without perfumes, without scents, you know. I do not have it in stock right now. I think mine is out. Yeah, but I use Dove. Yeah, Dove without perfume. I use it down there, you know, just to clean and just to wash yourself. You know, I use it, so you can also use that. I'm going to leave a picture of how it looks like so you see what it is. So it doesn't have any scent at all. It is just perfect for down there if you must use soap to wash. Okay, so let you use, make sure it is clean before you just sit in there. Don't just go to anywhere and just use anyone's toilet. Okay, be reserved, you know. And whenever you're done with the toilet, when you go to pee, please wash yourself. All these things are the little things you can do to prevent and completely take away health vaginal candidiasis. Okay, so guys, a lot of things has been said. I hope you listen and I hope you enjoyed. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be coming up with a lot of bomb content, so you do not want to miss it out. Okay, I love you. Thank you for staying tuned and listening to everything I have to say. I hope this video helps you. Of course, if it helps you, I want to see you in my comment section. Okay, just tell me about everything that happened and how you feel at the moment. It is my concern. So thank you very much. Don't forget to turn on that post notification so you do not miss it when I upload a new video. Share this video to your family and friends, and be sure to stay tuned to this channel because the next video is gonna be a hit. Okay, see you guys. I love you. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Bye.